enjoy your last week
Yeah.
because you're about to be at school next week. Like, I can't wait to say it's my favorite line.
Yeah.
Or like, you can't do that because you need to get ready to get back to school. Everything is always an
It's
excuse
always
for
back
like,
to school. Yeah.
yeah.
This is On Call.
Well, this would be really cool to just wear scrubs all the time. Then you don't have to think about what you're going to wear to work.
Joke
That's
has been-
awesome.
We're here to answer your questions. We can sit down and discuss all. Wait, I gotta go. I'm on call.
Wait, you're on call? I thought I was on call.
Hey, everybody. Welcome back to On Call with April and Alicia. I'm Alicia.
And I'm April.
And we're happy to have you back. April, how you been?
Been good.
Okay. What's the first question I'm going to ask?
What's the weather?
Tell me what the weather is. This is our segment. What's the weather? What's the weather? I'm just curious.
Actually, today it's like nice. It's low 70s, breezy, kind of cool outside, but we've been so hot, like up into
Really?
the hundreds. Yeah, like humid, hot hundreds. It's been pretty awful, but today's really nice.
I feel like that's happening, that heat wave's happening everywhere, which just a couple months back, we were complaining about the cold, and I'm not complaining about the heat, so for the record, but it's been hot to the
It
point
has
where
been.
my neighbors laugh at me because I don't have a green thumb. I don't really know, I know how to push a lawnmower, but I'm not really good at like landscaping or like what's the best time of day. So I did have a neighbor come over the other day and said, I noticed that you're watering your grass in the middle of the day. He goes, it's not really good for your grass. Do it when it's this hot. And I was like, oh, it needs water. Like, that's all I could think was my grass needs water. And he was like, yeah, so like you should do that at like in the early morning hours or like late at night, but when the sun's really hot and it's wet like that, like you'll burn your grass. And I was like, that's why it's getting more brown. Okay. Well, increased my water bill and didn't save my grass. So
Nice.
it's been
Yeah, we
hot.
don't really, I don't have a green thumb either, but we plant, when we first moved into our house, we planted perennials. So they come back every year on their own, like all of our flowers. And so I don't really have to do anything on an annual basis, which is nice.
How'd you even map that out? I always just wonder. I do this with people who can do like interior design too. I'm an artist in a different sense, like musically, I can play music. I cannot look at a space outside or inside and go, this should go there.
Well, I
Or,
just picked my favorite flower, which is a lily. So
but
we
did
have
you, is it
lilies.
really? What kind of a lily? Just a regular lily?
Yeah. So we have on the front, like in our front flower beds, we have yellow and white lilies. And then
Oh,
one year we got these other ones, these orange ones that go by the mailbox, and those are our favorite. But the issue with lilies, they bloom like in the spring and then they're gone. And then actually the ones in the front flower beds come back in the fall too. So we have beautiful orange lilies around our mailbox for like a week and a half, and then it gets really hot and it kills them. So they're all gone now.
are they okay, I need to look up. Hold on.
I'll have to send you a
What does
picture.
a lily look like? Because I'm looking it up right now. Because my favorite flower is a calla lily, but I'm
Oh.
thinking that maybe what's around my mailbox is really lily because they're orange. No, this immediately pulls up calla lilies. Okay, well, you have to send me a picture because they kind of look like tulips around my mailbox. Everybody with a green thumb, you just let us know what genus and species of plants you like.
We'll post some pictures and they can tell
Yeah,
us what it is.
because geez, oh Pete's, but who'd have thought we'd be talking about plants? I did plant some calla lilies, but they said that they bloom. Whoever they is, said that they bloom like in late July, August for the calla lilies, which I think they're just a beautiful plant, but they're not perennials. You just
Yeah.
put the bulbs once, and then I don't think they come back. But listen to me, I'm spreading hashtag fake news because I don't even know what I'm talking about.
Well, when we
In other
first moved
news,
in,
hashtag other. Go ahead.
yeah, when we first moved in, we planted azalea bushes right by the front of the house. And
What is
apparently
that? Azalea bushes?
yeah, so they bloom these like, I guess they were red flowers. And but we didn't realize at the time that they should be in areas where it's not direct sunlight. So we planted
Those are
three
pretty.
and two died because they were like in the
Oh,
direct sunlight. but there's a third one left. So we left that one. So that one blooms really nicely, but I ended up pulling the other two and putting in different bushes.
Do they spread? I'm looking at pictures of them and they look really pretty. Like they're on like a hillside, and
Yeah,
some
it
people
does
like
get
even
bigger, but
mold
we
them
trim
into
it
like,
back.
like the green, I don't know, like the regular standard green bushes that everyone has in their front yard. I feel like whatever those are that they never die. They're like,
Oh yeah, hostas, we
like,
have those. Is that what
is
you're
that
talking
what they're
about?
called?
I don't know,
Yeah.
but they're more like plant-like. They're not like a bush, but we
Yeah,
have
no, but I
those
mean
too.
like this, I'm looking at these azaleas and they're shaped like
Yeah.
you would those type of plantery things of nature. Let's go back to weather. So there's a hurricane coming, just so you know, in case everybody was wondering. But by the time you hear this, it will have already passed. But hurricane season is in full effect. Our very first hurricane, and it's like already a Cat 4, which is a
Oh,
really big
wow.
deal. So in case everybody, wanted to meet me on my other podcast with the Weather Channel, we'll talk about that later. Okay, what's going on in your world?
Not much really. Kind of in the slower part of the year with school being done, sports are wrapping up, so we're just hanging out.
Well, speaking of April heading back to school, and I know it's hard for us to already think that that's what's happening. What do you think if we do another episode just along the same lines of what we've been doing this summer? Just kind of lighthearted, fun, jovial, but maybe like a back to school basics, like back to school things that we can talk about, maybe like two truths and a lie, some, fact or fiction or something around our kids returning and medically, what we can do, or maybe ways that we can like send them off for a healthy start of a school year. What do you think about that?
That sounds great. I'm in.
All right, all right, all right. You're easy. Okay, so I'm going to start. I actually want to start, if it's okay with you, with two truths and a lie. May I?
Yeah, go ahead.
Okay, here's what I'm going to say. Question 1. School nurses are required to have specialized training in pediatric care. Statement 2. The majority of school nurses are also trained as teachers. Statement 3. Allergic reactions are among the top health concerns for schools today. Where's the lie?
2.
Ah, smart. Yes, lie. Statement 2. There are school nurses that do have teaching backgrounds or dual certifications, but they are not required to be teachers. I'm bothered by the fact that allergic reactions are among the top health concern right now in schools. That bothers me a little bit.
It bothers you? I was not surprised by that at all,
It
actually.
bothers me. I think it bothers me because it causes worry. I wonder, am I packing the right thing? I know we have like peanut-free tables and things like that in schools, but I always just wonder with like reading that. I don't know. It just makes me think, am I sending my kid with something that could potentially hurt another kid? I don't know. It kind of makes me sad that we're still here. I
know.
feel like when we were growing up, peanut allergy was always this really big deal, and it is. We knew people that had actually lost children to like the anaphylaxis after exposure, but usually like it was once they left the home and went to college and lightened up a little bit. I just wish that in 2024 we would have better response to food allergies. I feel like, are they getting worse, or is it just because we have more exposure?
I don't know. I don't know if they're getting worse or just that it's more.
Or we just hear about it more or something?
Yeah, well, I think we just hear. I don't really remember hearing about it a lot when I was a kid, actually. But
Well, I guess it's
I mean, my
important to think
kids
about
know about it.
EpiPens,
Like my
right?
kids will say, "Oh, they have an allergy," and
So they're
whatever.
mindful.
Yeah,
And
they are
having that
mindful.
conversation, kids don't always understand. I do think, hey, put it in your backpack, everyone, your back to school backpack. If you do have a child with allergies, and I'm sure there's parents that have experienced that. We don't even need to to remind, but if there are medications or especially EpiPen, make sure that school nurse has it, and make sure that everyone knows about the
Yes,
allergy. That's very, very important.
it is. Yeah, and along those same lines, like any medication, really, like you think about inhalers, like if because they might need it in gym class or at recess. So
Yeah,
anything like that they need, sometimes you have to go and get a second one so that you still have one at home, but you can send one at school
right.
too, and you have to fill out the forms with the nurse.
Okay. All right. Well, that was a morbid first start. So
It was.
welcome back to school. Okay. What do you got?
Well, so one thing I was thinking of, and this is always hard for my kids, but is to get them back into the routine,
Mm,
after being off on during the summer and they're staying up late and they're sleeping late and their routine is gone. And so trying to get them back in the routine. So we always try to start, I have good intentions of trying to start a week or two before school, or I'm trying to get them to go to bed earlier. And every year it never happens. Like the first day of school, they're always tired because I'm
right.
dragging them out of bed. But you have any
I also
tips
think they
there?
have like the anxiety. Do you remember that? Like the anxiety of your first day of school anyway, where you're like, first of all, I'm not going to sleep very well.
Oh yeah,
And
like
then
you're
just trying
nervous.
to like the week before, you're like, okay, I'm like going to start going to bed earlier. I'm going to start doing this, not like to get back. It becomes such a like, I don't know, an event. And
Yes.
then nothing changes.
I know. We end up not changing anything, which is probably not the best, but they adapt pretty quick after
It's like my favorite thing to say.
the
It's like,
first couple of days. They're super tired.
enjoy your last week
Yeah.
because you're about to be at school next week. Like, I can't wait to say it's my favorite line.
Yeah.
Or like you can't do that because you need to get ready to get back to school. Everything is always an
It's
excuse
always
for
back
like,
to school. Yeah.
yeah, we're not going to buy that because we need to get ready to go back to school. No, we're not going to go there because we need to get ready to go back to school. You can't watch that because we need to get ready to go back to school. That's my excuse for everything in my household. Okay. I like that. All right. I'm actually going to switch to fact or fiction for a minute.
All right.
All right. Fact or fiction. Backpacks should ideally not exceed 10 to 15% of the child's body weight to prevent back strain.
I would say that's a fact.
You are on it today.
I know. I'm
I
smart
can't
about
stop
back to
you. I'm going to
school.
switch. I'm going to just lie in a minute. Okay. But, but yes, no. This reminds me of the days of LL Bean backpacks, and I don't know if those are still a thing, but LL Bean was like one of the most coveted backpacks you could get, especially if you got it like monogrammed, which my
Oh
parents
yes.
never did.
Mm-hmm.
But royal blue, that was my color. But that backpack was larger than I was. And I have photos where I'm like, I carried an entire locker in my backpack. But these statements say that kids should not exceed 10 to 15% of their body weight. It will cause back strain. It can cause pain. It can cause other injury to
Hmm.
them. So as we move into a digital world, maybe that won't be as much of an issue. But
That's
back in
interesting. My
back in
kids'
the old
backpacks are
days,
still heavy.
I know.
But they don't even have textbooks. I'm like, I don't understand why your backpack is so heavy.
Well, open up Maddox's and it's full of probably 16 or some odd amount of Lego minifigures or Funko Pops or whatever he's taken that he's got inside that he's taking into school. Like it's rarely anything to do with school, but it
Oh,
is
so he just loads it up with toys.
like, or he loads it up with, I always call it like if it was share time, except that he's moving into the fourth grade. So I don't think they do like circle. I think he just like gets things and like he'll get new shoes and he'll put them in his backpack and take them to school so he can show people his new shoes, but he won't wear them.
Interesting.
Yeah.
Yeah, I
So
do think about like, you get all those, Facebook memories or whatever. And so I see the ones of our girls when they were, preschool, and their backpacks are just about as big as they are. But at that age, there's nothing in them. It's like a folder, right? Like they don't have anything really.
in their lunch. That's
But
it.
yeah, well, sometimes they had the lunch, but when they were really little, they didn't stay for lunch. It was like a half day. So we would pick them up at
Oh,
noon. So they had this really huge backpack and then I think a folder inside.
well, let's make sure we don't put lockers on our kids' backs if we can help it.
Yeah, that
All
sounds
right.
good.
All right. What you got?
All right. Well, one of the things that comes to my mind in the fall going back to school is lice and the
Yeah.
girls passing lice around.
Yep.
Well, I mean, boys can get it too, actually. So, um, some tips there are, don't have them share hairbrushes, don't have them share hair ties, don't have them putting their heads right next to each other. I think of like elementary school when they're on the carpets, right? And the kids are laying on the carpets and then they put their heads next to each other. But also things like putting the hair up so that it's not kind of hanging all around and potentially touching other people's heads. And I'm going to itch now all day talking about
Oh
lice.
gosh. So Juliana got lice. She'll kill me if she ever knew I was sharing this. And I mean, obviously you really don't know where you get it from, but it, yeah, it was a full-time job trying to get like the knits out, and it was very traumatizing for her to this day. And that was probably 3 or 4 years, maybe 4 years ago. To this day, anytime that I watch her pick her head, I instantly go, "Do you have lice?" Because that's how
Way to put that idea
obsessive
back in her head every
she would.
time.
Well, because she obsessed about it for like a year after, where she would and I was like, she was almost picking to a point where she was pulling her hair out because she was so worried. And then it died down, and then like recently, like I realized my little trigger is like she starts it, and I'm like, "Do you have lice? Is your head itching? Is there?" It was hard, April. I mean, you've been it through with your girls. It's hard
Yeah.
to get rid of. And I think it's also this stigma around it that it means you're dirty. It means that you like don't have good hygiene, that yeah, a lot of things that were associated with it when I was a child, similar to bed bugs, that
Yeah.
you just assume that, oh, that means this person doesn't take care of themselves or doesn't take care of their house or whatever. And that's not the case for anyone. And there was this shame with it for a long time. So I think let's break the stigma. Lice isn't about necessarily your hygiene habits. It can happen to mostly anyone with a head full of hair. So
Yeah.
best thing
Yeah.
to do, multiple treatments. I actually saw somewhere on social media where there is a service that you can request, and it's like it is women that like I'm sure they're in the beauty industry. They do hair. They will, like, you just take your kid to them and they will sit and work with them all day.
Well, a friend of mine
Shampoo
did
them,
that.
take
Yeah.
them. Oh, that
She
is the
like
Lord's
I
work.
mean people would pay her to come to their house and comb the hair because you have to use the shampoo and then you have to comb, right? Like
Yeah,
all
you have
of
to use that
the
tiny little tiny
right, like all the knits out.
comb. And if you have a child with thick hair, forget about it.
Yeah.
Forget
But yeah,
about it.
people would pay her to come and comb out the hair. Because
Well,
it takes a lot of time.
and I think the other thing that's important is, and I like as soon as we found out about Juliana, I called the school nurse and said, "Hey, I just want to let you know she has lice." I think some of the shame has us as parents. Sometimes we want to hide that, and um, all I could think about was I don't want another mom going through it. And not that I was like this great martyr. I was still slightly embarrassed. What was the school going to think about me, et cetera, et cetera. But um, it was just, I think it's just important. Otherwise, it keeps spreading. It just
Yeah.
will keep spreading. We kept her home. We made sure like everything was gone. But she had already had exposure. She shared a locker with another girl. She had a brush in that locker. I was like, does that girl use her brush? Like, I don't know. But just things I wanted her locker mate to know, and her teacher, or other things, so that other parents could start looking out for it. So there's a point in fixing Juliana, or your girls getting treated and then going back to school and getting it again.
Oh yeah.
So
No.
okay, all right. Well, again, morbid. Here we go. I'm going to move into. I think I'm going to go back to two truths and a lie. What do you think?
All right.
Okay. All right. This one is this is question 3 for you. School absenteeism rates due to illness tend to peak during the winter month. Statement 1. Statement 2. It is recommended that students wash their hands for at least 10 seconds before and after eating meals at school. Or statement 3. Asthma is one of the leading causes of school absenteeism related to chronic health conditions. What's the lie?
2.
I quit.
I'm on fire today.
I quit. You are just all right. I'm just gonna.
It's because it's 20 seconds to wash your hands.
I know. Well, we should have known better. Just
you have to sing like a whole what is it, happy birthday song or
your ABCs, frontwards and backwards or something, and then in a different language. I don't know what you have to do. A bunch of stuff, but I actually forgot 20 seconds because I've always had 30 in my head, and I've always told my kids 30 seconds. But that's not what they do. But I actually, that stopped me at first. I actually went to, this is going to be a trick question about asthma.
No.
But it wasn't. No. So what do you know? April's on fire today.
I am on fire today.
We're 3-0. I'm losing, guys. I'm losing.
You are losing, but I'm winning, so I like it. I'm happy.
That's all right. The tides have to turn sometime.
Yeah. Well,
all right.
your two truths and a lie actually makes me think of one of my other points that I thought we should talk about is reminding our kids to have like healthy habits about washing our hands and stuff, when they go back to school. Cause I think during summer we probably get pretty lax about that. But, you know, they touch a lot of stuff in school, like railings
Yes.
and chairs and desks and all of the things. And so reminding them to not, put their fingers in their face or in their mouth or in their nose and washing their hands before they eat, all those type of things. It's always good to give a good reminder before as they're heading back to school.
Yep. Yep. And I think that, we just talked about the airport a couple episodes ago. That's everywhere, folks, too.
Yeah.
Everyone touches everything everywhere. I just feel like kids' hygiene is just a little, I don't know. Maybe they're better than us, April. Maybe we're wrong. But
Maybe. It's possible.
I just feel like it's immediate fingers, mouth, nose, T-zone. That's all I think about with snotty little kids.
I
And
know,
then
but
parents
like our
just send
kids
their kids to school sick.
were old enough during COVID to learn these good habits. So it could be that they are good about it and we just don't know.
Yes, this is true. They're all petri dishes to me, though. All of them.
Yeah, I know. Oh yeah.
Gross. Okay. Well, do you want to do one more, or what do you think?
Yeah, you got one more for me? We'll see.
Yes, I think I do. Let's see. I'm going to do another two truths and a lie.
Okay. It's your thing today.
Now I'm going to look at it and make sure I can stump you. Okay, I got a question for you. Ready? Final two truths and a lie.
Okay.
Statement 1. Most schools have policies that restrict the sharing of food among students due to allergy concerns. Statement 2. It's common for schools to conduct hearing screenings for students at various grade levels. Statement 3. The average school to nurse student ratio in the United States is approximately 1 to 750.
Number 3 is the lie.
I quit.
Yes.
Blow it up, please. Now, but
Too
okay,
smart
no,
for you
no,
today.
You are so smart, and you're probably Googling. But here's
I'm
what
not Googling, I
You're
swear.
cheating. I'm just telling you, you're cheating. No, I'm playing. So, but what about it is the lie? Now I'm going to push you a little bit more. Why is
I
it?
think it's more students than that.
Oh my gosh! How did you know that? Did we look up the same questions?
No, I didn't look up at this at all, but
It's
just
actually
because
1 to
just
1,000.
knowing like the size of my kids' schools and that there's only one nurse.
Do you know what bothered me? Is my kids, they're in the junior high where Juliana is. There's no, well, maybe there is 750 students. I guess that sounded really large to me. I was like, that's a lie because it's too big. It was what I was thinking.
No, as
But
soon
I
as you
guess
said it, I was like, no, it's more. Like
it's
there's
1 to
more
1,000
students
is
to
the average.
Yeah, I mean, I think about it like my graduating high school class, we had like 300 kids, which was the same in every grade, and we only had one nurse in
Yeah,
the school.
true. Yeah, I guess I didn't really think about it like that. I think about like my kids went to smaller schools. So that's my frame, and I'm thinking of school nurses. But before they got into like junior high, they went to really like, there might be 40 people in their class. So 750 sounded like Laura. I was like, no way. But yeah, now that I'm thinking about it, high school, there were 1,000, 1,500 of us, just 9th to 12th.
Yeah, and I mean, I'm sure private schools like they have smaller class sizes generally, right? So there's probably a lower ratio there, but certainly public schools is higher.
Well, thank God for school nurses. I mean, they're out
Oh,
there
I
doing the
know.
Lord's work, aren't they?
They are.
Guys, make sure that at the end of the year, you don't forget to give your school nurse a present. Or your Christmas cards, or even your Valentine's. I don't know. I'm like, I haven't done that, but I think I'm going to start doing that. Thank you, nurses.
Yeah, they
They're
get a
out
lot
there
of
doing the
visits on a
work,
daily basis from these kiddos.
taking care of our kiddos. Yeah. Okay. Well, I thought, April, this was just kind of fun. I know summertime's busy, and our whole goal has been to make sure we keep these episodes lighthearted and something that, we can have ease of listening and just have people listening to. So thank you guys for just, following along, and any show ideas or anything you have, please reach out to us. Let us know. What do you want us to talk about? What subject would you like to tackle? Who would you like to hear from? Anybody within sound or anything like that, please share that as well.
Yep, for sure. Give us that information. You can reach out to us on our email, which is oncallpodcast@soundphysicians.com. Or you can also get to us on Instagram at OnCall with April and Alicia, and we would love to hear from you.
And make sure you follow us on Instagram if you want updates and you want to see some really funny reels. Okay? Okay. But until then, till next time, you guys stay well and we will stay on call.
Bye, everyone.
Take care.